Exactly. Resolution by proxy. And you know, Kim, Coco is a little bit chubby, but I have to say, not from wanting to be, not wanting to be active.
Not a couch potato. Not a couch potato dog at all. I think Coco suffered from, you know, feeding in lieu of exercise. And like me, Coco's on the Get a Little More Fit, Lose a Little Weight program this year. That's our resolution. Like me, Coco is also going to need a sort of slow ramp up to that. So we don't want to take a dog who has gained a little bit of weight and really put them into a hardcore exercise program. So he's not going to join someone as a runner right away. He's going to need to lose a little weight slowly, carefully, on a weight loss diet, like me, before he starts doing more intense exercise. This kind of activity can be very hard on his joints, hard on his bones, so we want to sort of bring the weight down, increase the exercise, and hopefully by the end of the year, both of us will be a little more fit.
Now, obviously there are recommended guidelines for the amount of food that you might feed Coco, and of course the kind of food. Let's talk about how you can sort of determine what maybe those guidelines are.
Hi. So essentially every bag of food will have recommended feeding guidelines.
Excuse me?
But he's taken his snack and he's left. So you'll see on any bag of food, so Coco's eating weight loss food right now, and you'll see what the target weight is and then approximately how much food you're feeding a day. On other food, you'll see a similar, he says, that stuff looks delicious. You'll see a similar guideline, so you'll see the feeding chart and the approximate number of cups. But what you really want to do is make sure that you're monitoring your individual dog, because again, dogs like us, different metabolism, so they're going to process calories a little bit differently depending on who they are as an individual. I want that one. I want that one. You're like a kid, eh?
So much great information. And by the way, thanks to everyone that donated, obviously, under your tree here at the Surrey Animal Resource Centre. You can always look to adopt Coco. They always need money as well. There are lots of ways you can help. Check out the website for more details. Russ, Coco's really active.
Coco's a handful. That looks like a lot of fun. My dog has his own technique. He doesn't read the back of the bags. He just literally sits in front of me and just stares long enough until that dish gets filled again. Then he's pretty much been beating me on those Mexican standoffs over and over again. So he's got the better of me there. Coco looking like a little more control perhaps in that situation. Let's look
straight out to Surrey, to the Surrey Animal Resource Centre, where we find Dawn this morning.
Yeah, and many of us have our resolutions. Many involve, you know, health and wellness, maybe losing a bit of weight. We met Coco earlier, the chocolate lab, who did need to lose some weight. Evie has the opposite problem, which is also a problem for people as well, sometimes maintaining weight.
Absolutely. Evie's an athlete. I mean, you can see by looking at her physique, I mean, she's ripped, right? She's one little coiled muscle. And like human athletes, that means she requires much more of a caloric intake on a daily basis than a dog like Coco, who's a little bit older, has a little bit slower metabolism to start with. So making sure that she's fed a diet that gives her enough to generate the energy that she expends over the course of the day is really important. So you can see it's a little bit difficult with the brindle coat. You can see being able to sort of see the last couple of ribs is okay. You can see up to the third, that's a little bit light. Ooh. So maintaining
then you can tell they're a little bit underweight at that point.
Yeah.
So what do we need to know with respect to food for a dog like this?
Yeah, so you'd be looking for something that has a higher caloric value. So there actually are food products that are made specifically for dogs that compete in athletic sports like agility, flyball, etc. A food like that might be a good choice for Evie. Feeding additional food of a lower caloric value is going to be I know. She's like, no way, man.
We got to point out why Evie is getting a bit distracted. Yeah. This is what Evie is looking at. Maybe wishes it were a playmate.
Yeah,
I'm being very nice about that one.
I'm pretty sure Jack doesn't feel that. All right.
With respect to walks and everything, are there any we know there are recommendations on the foods for whether your pet is overweight or underweight. What about walks? Do we need to know anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, Evie's the kind of dog, if you're already a runner or maybe you're a lapsed runner and your New Year's resolution is to get back to that, Evie would be an ideal companion. So she's already in great physical condition. She still needs to learn the endurance part of running, but unlike Coco, she's not going to need that ramp up to athleticism. She's already ready to go.
And seems like maybe great with a family, just maybe not small animals.
No small pets, no cats. Other dogs,
no
okay.
Small pets, other
little
dogs,
things,
yes.
not so
For more details on Evie, and of course we can put Evie down there. We're going to go to break here on Breakfast Television. Maybe we'll take you for a walk. What's the weather hold? Do you like snow, Evie?
No.
Will we see more snow? I don't know. We're going to find out from Russ McCabe up next.
You're ridiculous.
Well, there's Skittles, and Kim, I thought maybe Skittles was more of a mature cat, but actually just a lady, just a grown-up.
She's a lady.
She's
a lady cat. Skittles is about 8 years older, will soon be 8, and she came into us when someone in the owner's family developed quite severe allergies, so they were unable to continue having Skittles in the home as a result of that. So she's been here with us for a little while because she is a little bit older and people are quite often looking for young cats. So it is a little bit of a challenge for a lady like Skittles to find someone who's willing to sort of see past that she's not a kitten anymore. And she is also a little vocal, so she's the kind of cat who likes to tell you what she thinks about things. So that's also something that Skittles' new owner would need to be aware of. But you know, as you can tell, she's really she's used to being in a home environment. She wants interaction with people. She wants to be part of a family. So for someone looking to adopt, I think Skittles would make a wonderful addition to just about any home.
Now, we've been talking a little bit about keeping your animals, your pets healthy with respect to weight. Does Skittles look like Skittles is pretty much right on?
Skittles is a little chubby too.
A little bit chubby. Okay, so what's important to know with respect to cats? Because it's different. You don't take the cat out for a walk.
No, but what you can do, so with a cat like Skittles, what I would do is put her on a structured feeding program and actually have her work a little bit for her food. So instead of free feeding where you would give her a bowl of kibble that she'd have access to all the time, I'd set a time where you're going to feed her, and then you can actually do things like toss the kibble for her to chase. So she actually has to run. Or if you have 2 people in the household, have 2 small bowls of food and call her across the room from bowl to bowl. So make her work a little bit for it.
Wonderful. Well, there's so many great animals that are looking for forever homes here at the Surrey Animal Resource Centre. Thank you so much, Kim, and Skittles. Maybe you'll find a home.
Yeah, you will.
Nothing?